Good morning and welcome to Barbaros Bulletin. I'm your host Barbara. Today, we're starting with a story from Turkey, where the country's main opposition party, the Republican People's Party, or CHP, has re-elected its leader, Ozgur Ozel, ahead of a key court ruling next month. To the best of our knowledge, this extraordinary Congress was called in an effort to shield Ozel and other party chiefs from a potential ouster. The Ankara court is set to rule on whether to annul the 2023 Congress, where Ozel was elected chairman, due to alleged irregularities. Government critics argue that this case highlights Turkey's slide towards autocracy under President Tayyip Erdogan. Based on the information available, it appears that Ozel has secured a fresh mandate from party delegates, with 835 out of 917 votes cast in his favor. This move is seen as an attempt to reduce the risk that the upcoming court ruling could unseat him. 12 CHP members, including jailed Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, face charges ranging from offering delegates cash and jobs to violating Turkey's political party's law. All deny wrongdoing. It's worth noting that Erdogan has repeatedly attacked the CHP over these allegations, calling last year's vote tainted and a fraudulent process. The CHP is the biggest opposition force in parliament and controls Turkey's largest cities, including Istanbul and Ankara. As we follow this story, it's essential to remember the complexities of Turkish politics and the ongoing tensions between the government and the opposition. We will continue to provide updates on this developing story as more information becomes available. For now, let's take a step back and look at the broader context. Turkey's political landscape has been marked by increasing polarization and concerns about democratic backsliding. The international community is watching these developments closely, and we will be keeping a close eye on the situation as it unfolds. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbaros Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbaros Bulletin. As we continue to explore the latest developments affecting our communities, I'd like to bring your attention to a significant change in how the United States tracks food insecurity. The Trump administration has announced that it will be ending the annual Household Food Security Report, which has been a vital tool for understanding and addressing hunger in America. This decision comes at a time when food insecurity is on the rise, with the latest report indicating that over 18 million households struggle to access enough food for a healthy lifestyle in 2023. The report, which was introduced in the 1990s, provided critical data on food security across different demographics, including state, race, and ethnicity. According to experts such as Dr. Elaine Waxman from the Irvin Institute, this report has been highly respected for its accuracy and usefulness, particularly during times of crisis like the coronavirus pandemic. It has helped policymakers and researchers understand the impact of government aid on food insecurity and make informed decisions about how to allocate resources. However, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has stated that the report has become overly politicized and is no longer necessary for their work. This decision has been met with criticism from nutrition advocates, who argue that ending the report will make it more challenging to track the effects of recent changes to food assistance programs. One such change is the Signature Domestic Policy Bill, signed into law in July, which cut $187 billion from food stamps over the next decade and expanded work requirements for recipients. While the administration has argued that these changes are necessary to promote self-sufficiency, critics warn that they may exacerbate food insecurity, particularly among vulnerable populations. As we consider this development, it's essential to acknowledge the complexities of addressing hunger in America. On one hand, there is a need to ensure that government programs are effective and efficient. On the other hand, it's crucial to prioritize the well-being of those who rely on these programs to access basic necessities like food. As we move forward, it will be vital to continue monitoring the impact of these changes on food insecurity and exploring alternative solutions to support those in need. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this issue? Do you think ending the Household Food Security Report is a step in the right direction, or do you believe it will hinder our ability to address hunger in America? Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbarous Bulletin. We'll be exploring another critical topic that's making headlines and affecting communities across the country. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Welcome back to Barbarous Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I want to bring your attention to two important stories that caught my eye. Firstly, a study published in the British magazine Scientific Reports has found that sweetness can dull our aversion to high salt concentrations, leading to potentially excessive salt intake. The research, conducted by Kyoto Prefectural University of Medicine and House Foods Group, discovered that when sugared water was added to salted water, the aversion rate among healthy participants dropped significantly. This effect was even more pronounced in individuals with chronic kidney disease. As Assistant Professor Tetsuro Kusawa noted, sweet and salty foods may make people unknowingly consume excessive amounts of salt, so caution is needed. This finding has significant implications for our dietary habits and highlights the importance of being mindful of our sugar and salt intake. As we navigate the complexities of nutrition and health, it's essential to stay informed and adapt our lifestyles accordingly. In other news, Chinese journalist Zhang Zhan has been sentenced to an additional 4 years in prison on charges of picking quarrels and provoking trouble. Zhang, 42, was initially imprisoned in December 2020 for documenting the early phases of the COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan. Reporters Without Borders reported that Zhang's sentencing is a concerning development for press freedom in China. As we consider these stories, it's crucial to approach them with nuance and understanding. The intersection of health, nutrition, and press freedom is complex, and it's essential to prioritize fact-based information and respectful dialogue. That's all for today's Barbarous Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged. That's all for today's Barbarous Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.